And do I need to make you the host?
No.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Welcome. Hey guys, I know people are still going to be hopping on. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Ryan Evans. I know you might be wishing you were seeing Jessica Heffley's precious face. However, she is doing something that she has dreamed of doing for a very long time. And so I'm excited for her to get to do that. And I'm going to kind of step in for her today because Preston is also my life coach. And before we get started, I just want to tell you a couple of things about my experience with Preston. First of all, if you are taking your time to be on this call tonight, I want you to know you are not going to regret it. I have never regretted 1 second of my time being spent with Preston. You know, I love personal development and I can read all the books that I want, but Preston was able to really equip me with actual tangible tools that I could use daily to transform my life. I'm going to tell you the one tiny little thing that I think of every single morning when I wake up that he taught me. When we were doing something one day, he asked me to visualize and explain what my life would be like as a diamond. And I listed off all of those things. And, you know, something clicked when I was like halfway through that list. And I was like, well, shucks, it just clicked. I discovered that in order to be a diamond, I had to do those things in the present to get to where I was going. And so every single morning I wake up and I think like a diamond and I act like a diamond. Everything I do says that Ryan Evans is a diamond, and he actually can equip you with those same tools. It is incredible. So I want to welcome Preston. Thank you for giving us your time. We know your time is precious. I know what you're going to give us tonight is incredible. I also know you're going to tell us something at the end that is huge. I'm pumped about it. So I'm going to pass it off to you, Preston.
Awesome. You guys, you hear me okay? Everything's great with the sound? Super, super cool. Thank you so much, Ryan. This is the thing that I love about Ryan. She is willing to do the work. She is willing to do the internal work. It is so interesting to me that because I've been in this place, man. I've been in this place of I want things to happen. I want stuff to move. I want that momentum. I want that success. But it's hard. But I have these limitations. But there's whatever it is for you. But I don't have enough money. But I don't have enough time. But whatever. Like we get to have whatever we argue for in our minds. And Ryan specifically wakes up, and I know this because I worked with her one-on-one. She wakes up and she argues for her greatness every single day. And she thinks thoughts that yield actions that are going to create her results, right? It's really, really great. So what I want to do is I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me and my philosophies and how I have assisted just myself, but so many people in building their businesses. Because everything that I talk about for entrepreneurs is based on one concept: mindset before strategy. You got to have your mindset in place before you have your strategy in place. The reason I say that is because if you, how about this? I know that I can't hear all of you, but just like raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have ever had a goal, tried to accomplish it, and then not accomplished it. Who here has ever done that before, right? It's a universal thing. The thing that we get to really understand is that it's not about the how. It's not about the specific steps or specific strategies or specific how. It's about what you have going on in between your ears. You've heard this so much. I guarantee you've heard this before. In fact, I asked Ryan to ask you guys what questions you had, and I went over the questions before the call, and there was one question that I actually really, really want to get to by Lori Felton. And I don't know if Lori's on here, but oh, she's right there. I saw her. It's really cool, man. And we'll get into this. We will get into this. She says, help me understand mindset, because when I hear mindset, I hear prosperity works-based garbage. And I'm genuinely not sure what prosperity works-based garbage is. You're not sure what mindset is, and I'm not sure what that is, but we're going to get into it. This is what I want to share my screen with you guys so that you can see this, okay? And here we go. I want you to start viewing your, let's see if we can make this full screen. Nope, that's not going to happen. We're just going to move forward with it. You're just going to get to see this thing on the side. This tree right here is going to represent just your life and your results in your life. And the cool thing about this is the roots are underneath the ground. This line right here represents the ground. And you cannot see the roots. You can't see them. They're underground. Just like we cannot see physically our mindset, our thoughts, and our beliefs. But we can see the things above ground. So this is what this is going to represent. Strategy, which is actions, which is the steps, which is the results, all that stuff. That's what you can actually see. Underneath that is your mindset. Now, for Lori and everybody else, you can write this down. Mindset is very simple. It just equals thoughts and beliefs. What thoughts are you thinking? What emotions are you feeling? What beliefs do you have? Because those things are going to yield different results. Now, I'll go into a little more detail here on this fancy whiteboard. So we have this, you got mindset and strategy. So let's stop sharing this right here. You got mindset and strategy there. So here's your tree. Boom. Here's the root system. Up here you got the fruits. The fruits are going to represent results. Everybody wants to talk about results. Like, where are your points at? What rank are you at? How much money are you making? Like, these different types of things. It's very, very easy to point to because they're specific, they're concrete, they're not an abstract concept. The trunk right here is going to represent actions. Actions are also something you can point to. What are you doing? What are you not doing? How many times are you posting? How are you following up? How many sip-and-sees are you having? You know, X, Y, Z, these different types of things. The thing that you can't see, but the thing that is determining everything is down here is your beliefs. The roots represent your beliefs. I want you to really get this. Your beliefs are going to determine your actions. What do I mean by that? I can tell you all day long to do your IPAs. I can tell you all day long, go live on Facebook, follow up with people, host virtual sip-and-sees, all these different things, right? You don't need me. You don't need Ryan. You don't need Jessica to tell you what to do. You already know. You already know. So let's take something very concrete and specific, which is going live on your Facebook page or inside your team or something like that. Some people have no problem with it. Other people, they get stopped in their tracks because of fear. Heather, let's bring you on to, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, we're going live right now. We're doing it. We are facing this fear. Yeah, unmute yourself, Heather. We're going to talk to you.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. It's so good to hear you and see you. Tell me why you raised your hand when you said fear about, when I said fear about going live.
I really think my strong suit and whatnot is in numbers and not words. So I totally overthink for sure when I'm trying to convey a message.
So what would you say is a sentence that you either think to yourself or say to yourself when it comes to going live?
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Very, very simple.
Yeah.
So this right here, guys, is, and Heather, compassion for yourself. No judgment. This is not a place for judgment. It's just not useful in this moment. Ryan,
That's fair.
you know how I just say, oh, that's not useful. All the yeah, this is how it goes. Heather, it's just not useful, so let's just not do it.
Okay.
You have a belief of, it's very simple. I can't, boom, 4 words.
Yep.
Does that belief determine your actions or inactions?
Yes, it does.
It does. So do you guys starting to see how this has nothing to do with actions? I don't need to tell you how to go live. I don't need to tell you what to do. You'd be like, well, I need to know what to say. I need to know exactly what to say. Okay, cool. If I told you exactly what to say, Heather, if I gave you a script, literally verbatim script, would you go live tomorrow?
I feel like the right answer is yes, but the truthful answer is probably not.
The right answer is the okay. The right answer is the truth.
Yeah.
So if you say probably not, that's okay. We're not judging this in any way. It's just taking inventory of what's going on. I want to acknowledge you right now for having this conversation with me because you don't know me. You don't know what we're doing here. You just jumped into it. And 5 minutes in, you're getting coached and processed about going live on Facebook. So just acknowledge yourself for being willing to do this. This is you being vulnerable right now. Awesome. Right? So how many, I'm not going to do this, but there's not a lot of people who are saying, man, Heather doesn't know what she's doing. Everybody in here is being like, dude, Heather is being very vulnerable and honestly inspiring right now. See, there we go. So this is the thing that I want you to realize. Thank you so much for illustrating this. That was just one example. We can go, dude, this has applications across the board. In your relationships, in your health and fitness, in your personal and emotional alignment, and in your career and your money, your finances. Your beliefs determine your actions. So this is why I say mindset before strategy. That strategy would be what to say on a live, or how to physically push the button, or how to set up lighting, right? How to set up the proper lighting, how to set up the microphone, that kind of stuff. That stuff is great and it's very important. It's not your first step. The first step is the beliefs and the mindset. Because if you have the mindset of I can't do this, and you keep thinking that thought, then you're not going to do the actions. So what we get to work on first is the mindset, because just like a tree grows its roots down first, we need to develop our mindset first before we sprout branches upward, which is the strategy. So now let's do this. I want to tell you guys about the 3 stages of mindset. Now, as we do this, first let's kind of take the temperature of the room. I want to get some people to be in the chat for a second. I want everybody to put down, just like Heather said, she has this belief of I can't do it, right? I want everybody to think of their something that they know they should be doing, but they don't do it. This could be working out. This could be going live on Facebook. This could be having date night with your spouse. This could be like anything that you're like, oh man, I probably should be doing that, right? Everybody has one. Think about it. You got it? Cool. I know you do because you're a human being. Now, I want you to put into the chat the sentence that you tell yourself. It could be simple, could be complex, could be whatever. What is the sentence you tell yourself about that specific thing that stops you? Is the sentence, I don't think I can? Is the sentence, I don't have enough time? Isn't, yeah, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. I want you to start putting this in. What is the sentence that you tell yourself consistently about why you're stopping yourself from accomplishing that goal? Let's listen to a couple of these. Okay, I don't like veggies, Ryan. Okay. I don't have time. I'll get to it later. I'm too tired. I don't have enough time. I'm not good at it. I look stupid when I do that. I don't attract influential people. I can't do it as good as other people. I'm overwhelmed. What if they misjudge me? I might do it wrong. I'm going to be misunderstood. How could I possibly adequately meet the needs of all my people? Tammy, I'm going to talk about that for just 1 second. If you have, or how about let's do this. Tammy, where are you at? Unmute yourself. Talk to you for a sec. Yeah, as you see where we're going with this? We get right into it. Let me see if I can find Tammy. Oh, there you are. Gotcha. Okay. Tammy, how could I possibly adequately meet the needs of all my people?
Yeah.
Very vulnerable. Love it. I want you, how many people do you have in your entire team?
300.
300 people. Okay. Do you want to grow your team?
Yes.
If you had 600 people, if you doubled your team and all of a sudden you had 600 people.
Anxiety attack.
Anxiety attack. Anxiety attack. Because if you believe that you can't serve 300, how in the world are you going to adequately serve 600? And yet you want to grow. Do you see the disconnect here?
Totally. I came from the medical profession of having a team of patients. So for me, beyond 10 patients is like, what the heck? So this is like all new for me. And I'm like, I don't have control over this like I did as a nurse at the hospital.
Yeah. And so you're approaching this business the same way you approach a nurse in a hospital. Are they different businesses?
Absolutely.
You got to change your mindset. You got to change the way that you think about this, because we can give you strategy all day long. But if you don't believe that you can serve, because my guess is there's a lot of people in here. I want you to type yes if you can relate to this idea that Tammy is saying. Type yes if you can say, I don't know if I can serve my people adequately. You see this? Do you see what's happening, Tammy? Boom, 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 boom. This is the thing, guys. If you don't believe that you are a good leader to your current team, what makes you think that once you grow, you'll feel like you're a good leader? Do you see how this tension between your two thoughts is sabotaging your actions?
Yep.
You don't need to learn how to do your IPAs. You need to focus and shift your mindset about, I can serve these people because
I tell myself I am enough. You know, I am enough. I heard it 3 times in one day just this week. But
good.
27 years of being a nurse, it's like trying to get that mindset to go away and to embrace a new mindset.
Okay, so another limiting belief that you have is that it's hard to change your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
What if it was simple?
Be easy.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this is the coolest part about this, guys. When you intentionally focus on the things that are really going to move the needle, which is your mindset, then what you're doing, this is the analogy that I use. You're driving a car and you have the emergency brake pulled all the way. and you're trying to drive the car. Now, driving the car is equivalent to growing your business. And you're like, oh, the car isn't going. It's like, it's kind of like not really going right. You know what? I better change the oil. So you go change the oil. Still doesn't go. And then you're like, wait a second. What? I need to wash the car. It's not clean enough. I need to make it shiny and pretty. Oh, wait, and I need to vacuum the inside of it. Do you see where we're going with this? It has nothing to do with that. Your mindset is sabotaging your growth. And the releasing of the meaning that you've attached to being a leader, everybody who said yes and everybody who thought yes but didn't type it because they didn't want people to see their name. If you change that, it is the equivalent of releasing the e-brake, and then you can apply the same amount of effort to the gas pedal and the car freaking takes off. It's like magic. Who here has ever driven a car with the e-brake pulled accidentally and then released the e-brake and you're like, whoa, this is so much easier. It's the same amount of effort, same amount of pushing, and the car just goes and it feels like magic initially. Tammy, thank you for being willing to talk about that for a second. Awesome. Go ahead and mute yourself. Perfect. Okay, so now I want to get into the 3 stages of mindset. Now, as I do this, I want you to, with no judgment, I want you to just take inventory about where you're at. Be honest. Be honest about where you're at here. These are the stages of mindset. Number 1, it is possible for someone else. It is your goal. If it's ranking up, if it's losing weight, if it's having a great relationship, you look at this and you're like, dude, that is totally possible for Beyonce or for Jessica Heffley or for Ryan Evans, it's Brooke Hemingway, totally possible. If only I had what they have, then I would be able to be successful. Now, I was stuck in this mindset for a long time. I wanted to be a coach. And so I would listen to podcasts. I would listen to TED Talks. I would just read books and study and stuff like this. And I would think the same thing over and over and over again. What would it be like to be at that level? Oh my gosh, what would that feel like? They must have something I don't. And it stifled me, completely shut me down. Now think about where you're at as we go through these, again, with no judgment. But if you say to yourself, it's possible for somebody else, what you are doing is disqualifying their success because they have a set of circumstances that you don't have. Say that again. You are disqualifying their success because you have decided they have a set of circumstances that you don't have. Not true. They might have different circumstances, but that if you allow that to be the reason that they're successful, if you don't meet that criteria that you've created in your own mind, you'll never be successful, and then you get to excuse yourself from taking action. And then you're left with the results that you have. Is making sense? Now, the second stage of mindset is, it's possible for me, but how? Now, I'll tell you guys a story. A couple years ago, I was not in the greatest place, to be honest with you. I was not in a place of emotional abundance and financial abundance. That's a cute way of saying I was not happy and I was broke. And we had just had our second child. We just had a daughter. It's our second child. And I remember it very, very clearly when my wife came home with literal tears in her eyes because we couldn't afford groceries. It was awful. And what this did for me is it jolted me out of stage 1. And I went from, oh, what would that be like, to it has to be possible for me. I have to make this happen because I am done. I am done with this energy. I am done with these results. I am done with this situation. It's possible for me. But how? Oh, man. And so I started focusing on what are the steps? What are the specific things that I need to do? What are the actions, right? This is what I was talking about earlier with the going live. Like, if I could just figure out like how to go live, right? And I wasn't dealing with the real mindset issues. I just focused on the how. Now, it is a step in the right direction. It really is. But it's not enough, because the reason it's not enough is because when you are focused on the steps, when you are focused on the how, when you are focused on the strategy, then when, not if, when you hit a roadblock, you will shut down. You will blame. You will excuse. You will decide that, well, I guess it isn't possible for me because I tried this and it didn't work. The problem with this is you're placing your success on something external. You're placing your value on external validation or steps and strategies and stuff that are outside of you. Okay? A couple people saying, ooh, Chelsea says, reality smack right there. Love your vulnerability, love your awareness. Just stay tuned in here, Chelsea. Natalie, Ashley say, that's been me. Okay, cool. Good awareness. No judgment, guys. No judgment. Ryan, what is the number one word that I say over and over and over and over in my coaching?
Compassion.
Yes.
I actually had that in my notes to say about one of the biggest things that I got.
Yeah.
And I forgot to say it because I don't want to say it all the time. It's massive. It's massive because it completely releases you, because it allows you to make mistakes, and it's okay.
And it's okay. Oh my gosh.
You fail forward every time. And you know what? When you make a mistake, it is actually a gift, because then you get to go in and know the mistake that you made and know you won't make it again.
Dude, you learn. You just learn.
That's compassion.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ryan. So everybody, you can write this down. Compassion equals self-love and acceptance in the current situation. I'll say it again. Compassion equals self-love and acceptance in the current situation. Because if you have that unconditional self-love and acceptance, you won't make it mean something about you when you fail. You will just use it as an opportunity to learn. Use it as an opportunity to grow, rather than saying, oh, I messed up here, or I didn't reach my goal here, or I got stopped here, therefore I'm not good enough. Therefore, I'm not a good leader. Therefore, I can't do it, right? So this is the coolest part about it, is we can get to stage 3. Now this is but first, like, you don't have to hit rock bottom like I did in order to jolt you out of stage 1. But you do have to shift your thoughts. You do have to shift your focus so that you can get to, oh, it is possible for me. But how? Now, these are not necessarily linear. It's not like you have to go from 1 to 2 to 3. It's just taking an inventory about where you're at. So what is stage 3? We go from it's possible for me, but how? To it's inevitable for me. Now, let's go find the steps. Now, why is this important? Because when you focus on inevitability, then you don't have to have it now in order to feel peaceful. You don't have to have that outcome now in order to feel worthy and valuable, because it's inevitable. And so you can just breathe with compassion. And it allows you to step, as Ryan said, step into the energy of what it would feel like to be at that goal. For her, it was diamond. For some of you, it's just getting to ruby, or just getting to senior gold, or getting to silver, whatever. Molly, tell me about what just happened here for you, the 50-pound weight. Unmute yourself.
It was huge.
Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, I see you. I totally see you. Tell me what just got triggered for you to feel a 50-pound load off your shoulder. What just happened?
I can breathe. My goals are inevitable. I can keep doing the things, but no pressure. I don't know. It was a physical feeling of release as soon as you said that.
What sentence or what concept triggered that relief for you?
I'm sorry, what?
What sentence or concept just triggered that relief for you?
The inevitability.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Okay, let's go back to the steps here. I want to tell you a story about this. I went to, I do speaking and emceeing at a lot of different events and stuff like that. And I launched a podcast a little over a year ago called Next Level Life. I want you guys to, hold on a second. I need to open the chat here for a second. If you want more of me, I'm going to tell you how to do that in just a second. But one of the things that I do is I am a podcaster. I have a podcast called Next Level Life, and it's personal development for entrepreneurs because we talk about mindset before strategy. Okay. So I launched that podcast and it debuted on launch day at #1 in the world on iTunes in my category. And it was incredible. Took me a lot of mindset work and a lot of strategy work to get there. I did it. And at this event, they read my bio in the rehearsal. We were doing rehearsal for the thing, and they read my bio and they talked about that. And this guy came up to me afterward and he said, dude, you really launched the #1 podcast? Like, how did you do that? Because I love podcasting. I've thought about doing it and I want to get into that. How did you do that? And so I just decided to take his temperature in that moment and kind of see where he was at. And so I told him in a very kind, compassionate way, I just said, if I told you all the steps right now, do you think that you could launch a #1 podcast? And he said, oh, me? No, probably not. No, not me. And so I said, in the kindest way possible, if you don't believe that you can, then the steps don't matter. And to his credit, he said, oh yeah, I guess you're right. And then he walked away. So think about that for you. If you don't believe that you can, the steps don't matter. That is why it's mindset before strategy. That is why it's not about the how. That is why you don't want to be at, well, whatever is it. It's less likely that you're going to achieve your goals if you're focused on the steps and the strategy and it's whether or not it's possible for you. So Chelsea, yes, whether or not you think you can or can't, you're right. That's the Henry Ford quote. It's so applicable here. So it's inevitable for me now. Let's go find the steps. Now here's the interesting thing. I understand the irony of me telling you to not focus on the steps and then trying to give you a set of steps in order to get to stage 3. But you got to start somewhere, right? So that's where training and coaching comes in. I think it is so important to focus on your wins, to ask very useful questions, change your thoughts, change your mindset, develop an intentional routine, and to get a coach, and to remove things off your plate that don't serve you. There's a lot of things that you can do. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to, without any judgment, I want you to put in the chat where you are at. Do you feel that you are at 1? It's possible for someone, or let me share these here for you guys can see these while you do this. Are you right now at 1, 2, or 3? No judgment, just awareness, okay? Just awareness. It's possible for some, it's possible just for someone else. It's possible for me. Oh, but how? How do I do this? Or it's inevitable for me. Let's freaking get this. Let's go find the steps. So now let's take a look at the chat here. We have, let me open this up. We got 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1. Okay, so the vast majority of people are at 2. Some people are at 3. Lori, between 2 and 3. That's adorable. I love that you're trying to walk this line between you. I want you to just take inventory for a second. Where are you really at? Because if you are focusing on the how, it's not into inevitability yet, and that's okay. Compassion, but just be aware of that. Oh, hey, Crystal. 2, but listening to you, you're creeping up on 3. Awesome. You can feel it. You can feel it. That's where Lori's at too. I just wanted to give you a hard time, Lori, because I talked to you about mindset at the first. Super, super cool. So this is awesome. People are being aware of this, and people are saying, okay, I'm at 2, but I want to be at 3. And if you're at 1, take a breath. In fact, everybody right now, there's 76 people in here. Let's take a huge breath together like this. Clear the energy, clear the judgment. It's something that's really interesting to me is when I work with clients, I'll say, okay, when we're stuck in something, I say, okay, let's take a breath. And I have so many of them go like this. Okay, let's go. No, none of that. Clear that energy, clear that judgment. Take a biggest breath you've taken all week. Let's do it again. Here we go. It's okay wherever you're at. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. If you're at stage 1 or stage 2, relax. Everybody's been there, man. Chill out on judging yourself, because that judgment is just another excuse to not move forward. So I want to get to some of these questions that are on that you guys posted on the Facebooks. The Book of Faces. Okay, here we go. Megan, I want to ask, what helped him the most with knowing that he was enough and deserved success? Dude, you are getting right at the heart of it. So, so good. What helped me the most was focusing on my wins, focusing on my previous wins. Everybody here, if you are interested in making a huge leap forward, write down a list of the 35 wins that you have had in the last 12 months, and then read it every single day. If you start focusing on the things that you've already done, then you will be able to easily move into accomplishing more things. Ashley says, I've been so terrible at celebrating my wins. Okay, don't judge yourself for it. I want you to write down your first win is awareness that I haven't been celebrating my wins. How simple is that? Everybody here, I want you to lower the bar for what you are willing to celebrate. If you lower the bar for what you're willing to celebrate and raise the bar for your personal standards, there is a sweet spot in the middle where you're in a constant state of acknowledgement that you're awesome. You're just always celebrating your wins. It's so easy to go back into beating yourself up. My guess is that your ego and your brain and your mind is going to be like, well, if I'm always celebrating my wins, and people are going to think that I'm not humble. Okay. Like, why are you downplaying the actual success that you've had in your life so that somebody else might not feel good enough? Here's the thing, guys. There's enough greatness to go around. There's no scarcity. There's no shortage of awesomeness. You can be awesome and somebody else can be awesome. You can be great and somebody else can be great. You can win and somebody else can win. Don't get into scarcity mentality with celebration. It's not arrogant to acknowledge how great you are at stuff. I think about it like this. If you have a dentist, if you talk to a dentist and you go and you got a hurt tooth and you say, dude, can you help me out here? And the dentist says, well, I'm okay. There's just some other people in the area that are they're also good at doing root canals. But like, you can come to me, but like, I don't want to like boast about, are you serious? Like, are you going to go to that dentist? No. What if the dentist looks at you in the eyes and says, oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming to me with this, because I've worked really hard at this and I can help people that are in your situation. And I'm really good at it because I've put in the effort. And there's other people in the area that can do it. I would be honored if you would come and work with me. Is that arrogant? No. Get out of binary on, off, yes, no thinking. It's not I'm great or I'm humble. It's not I'm arrogant or I'm arrogant and prideful or I'm a doormat. Just get out of that. You're awesome. I'm awesome. Everything is awesome. You see how we're going here? Like, just chill out. Okay. Gail said something here. I tend to see how much more everyone else is doing, and then my gains don't match up. Cool. If you compare yourself to other people in that way, you will always, let me say this. Who here has ever compared themselves to somebody and come out exactly even with them? Exactly even? No. You either compare yourselves and you fall short, or you're way better than, right? Like, this is the scarcity mentality we have. Gail, I totally understand that. There is always going to be somebody better than you. There's always going to be somebody worse than you. Focus on you, your heart, your peace, and your wins, because they are there. They are there. I cannot compare myself to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If I do, I'm going to fall short, because he's the greatest human that has ever lived. Okay? So I don't do it. I choose to look at him and be inspired. And if you're asking yourself, Gail, if you're asking, well, how do I go from comparison to inspiration? Take a breath, write down your wins, read them, and then just look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh my gosh, I am awesome. And other people are awesome. And I look at other people's wins and their accomplishments as evidence that I can do the same, rather than evidence that I'm not measuring up. It is a practice. It is like learning a language or learning to play a musical instrument. You just do it consistently. And you can start whenever you want. When is the best time to plant an apple tree? 20 years ago. You can't do that because it's now. So when's the second best time? Freaking right now. So start now. Focus on your wins. Practice looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm awesome. Like, are you going to do it? Or are you going to buy into this comparison for the rest of your days? What are you going to do? You get to choose. You get to choose. I'm not saying it's super easy. I am saying it is very simple. Okay? Stephanie, like running a marathon, your pace is all that matters. There will always be faster runners and slower runners. Every race is different. Yeah, totally. Like, it's so easy to be like, oh, don't compare yourself. Okay, but let's actually stop doing it, because it's stealing your peace and it's stealing your joy. And you are worthy and valuable, and you deserve joy. You deserve peace. No matter what you've done in your life, you deserve joy, you deserve peace. So start doing it, okay? Next question. We are not going to be able to get to all of them, but how about this? Let's take another. Are you guys getting value out of this? You guys have, is this good? You like where we're headed with here? Cool, 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 cool. Ryan's giving me a thumbs up. And I need Ryan's valuable validation. I just need it. Thank you so much, Ryan. Okay. So I answered Megan. Okay, let's do this. Sarah, ooh. How do I challenge my business builders to rid themselves of their scarcity mindset? What's appropriate to say to somebody when they are letting their fear hold them back? Because I'm often too blunt and I'm afraid of being rude. Okay? Relax. Just relax. Like, don't make it a binary thing. Again, it's not rude or nice. Like, the number one thing that you get to do is model it. Absolutely model it. Do not wait for your team to do something. You do it. I don't care where you're at. You have 20,000 people on your team. You have 300 people on your team. You have 3 people on your team because you just barely enrolled. Model it. You are a leader. If you have one person underneath you, you're a leader. Stop comparing yourself to Jessica Heffley. Stop it. Because there's only like 3 people that can compare themselves to her in the company. So just knock it off. So here we go to being too blunt. You get to shift your scarcity mindset first. And I'll tell you something. If you are worried about telling somebody about that their fears are holding them back, you are practicing scarcity mindset in that moment. So when somebody says to their fears, okay, let's take Tammy, for example. She was talking, or pardon me, Tammy, you were on the screen. Who did I talk to very first about Facebook Lives? Heather, that's right. Okay, I see. When I was talking to Heather, I said, you're having this fear of the going live on Facebook. What did I say? I said, man, I get it. Now, are you going to allow that to continue to hold you back? Because what are you going to do about it? Let's be intentional about shifting your mindset, and let's set yourself up for an easy win. What is an easy win with going live? How about start by going live inside of your team page where everybody is already an ambassador. Okay, you can build your confidence that way. I call it dunking on a 7-foot hoop. Everybody can dunk on a 7-foot hoop. Don't try to dunk on a 10-foot hoop right away. Just set yourself up for easy wins, but hold them accountable. Don't buy into their limitations. And for you, Sarah, start now by challenging somebody just a little bit. Right? Set yourself up for an easy win. Challenge somebody just a little bit, and then do it a little bit more. Practice it. But always, okay. You want the secret? Here's the secret to life, and it's a secret to coaching. The secret to being an effective team leader. When somebody asks a question, don't answer the question. First, ask yourself this: Why are they asking this question? Because when Heather says to me, how do I go live on Facebook, or how do I, okay, well, let's try this. Let's do this. Heather, unmute yourself. What would be a question that you would ask maybe a week ago about live if you were pretending that you were interested in doing it? What would be a question that you might ask me or Ryan or somebody else?
What am I going to talk about?
What am I going to talk about? Okay, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So if she asks me that question, if I start answering it, then I'm not addressing what's really going on. Why is she asking that question? It's because she doesn't believe the things that she has to say are valuable. So if I start talking about giving her a script of what to say, I'm not helping her. So ask yourself, why are they asking this question? And then if I speak to Heather's fear about her words not being valuable, then we can get at the root of it. And I can approach her fear from a practical standpoint. And this is a practice, guys. It's a practice. It's a practice. So she says, what do I say? I ask myself, she's asking that question because she doesn't believe that what she has to say is valuable. Now we can approach that. And then I say, Heather, what is a moment in the last 6 months where you have said something to somebody and they have thanked you for that advice, or thanked you for that content, or thanked you for whatever, or you're really good with numbers. When have you done a post and people have commented, oh, this really helped me out? Focus on your wins. Go back to that. And then we start to build up a whole cache of evidence, a whole treasure trove of evidence to support the fact that she does have value. And then I can say, just say this. Do a live video, go back 2 months ago to a post and look at what you said on the typing, and then just say that stuff, right? So now we're starting to get, but say it in a safe space with the team page, just for starting. You see how we're getting at the actual fear? This is, ask them, Sarah, or pardon me, ask yourself, why are they asking this question? Does that make sense? Okay. Let's get to, I just want to let's figure out what question to do next, because we're running out of time. Time scarcity, guys. We have all the time in the world. Okay. Let's go with, what are your best tools in helping keep people get out of their comfort zone? This is Brandy. Having a strong fear of what others think of them. Now, this is something that paralyzes people. They're focused on what others might think of them and what others will say. And so the result is they don't do daily IPA because their fear blocks them. Look at this awareness. Brandy is crushing it on articulating what's really going on here. Great job. This is what I want you to realize here. You're going to do this. Boom, 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 boom. When you approach life seeking love and connection, which is like, if you, what Brandy is saying, I'll speak to this. What she's really asking, like she's getting, why, I'll ask myself, okay, why is she asking this question? It's because she experiences people all the time on her team who allow fear to hold them back. And my guess is that it's either frustrating for her or it makes her heart ache. One of those two things is happening because she feels like her team is allowing herself to hold back. And whether or not she experiences frustration or whether or not she experiences heartache about that is going to be dependent on her. Okay. Oh, Brandy, thank you. Both, but more heartache. Okay, cool. So my guess is that you are more yellow, right? As a personality. And so you're going to want to help people. You're a natural helper. You're a natural healer in that context. And so when people hold themselves back, it hurts your heart because you see greatness in them, right? So this is what I want you to realize. Model it first on yourself. Model it first on yourself. When you want love and connection with people on your team or with potential ambassadors, if somebody is letting their fear block them because they are afraid of what somebody might say, if somebody says negative things, it is going to threaten your love and connection. It will. And so, this is the crazy thing, guys. You don't do the IPAs because of something somebody might say, and that might threaten your love and connection in a global sense within your brain. But this is the crazy thing. Fear and rejection. Right here. You cannot experience love and connection without the possibility of fear and rejection. Not a thing. Think about it in your marriage. Think about it in your team, your friendships, your personal life, your health and fitness, everything. Like, if you want love and connection, it comes with, it's a package deal. It comes with it doesn't come with fear and rejection. It comes with the possibility of that. When you're dating somebody, when you're married to somebody, if you open yourself up to vulnerability, love and connection, what do you open yourself up to the possibility of? Fear and rejection. And when you get that, what you're doing is you are making a choice moment to moment to moment to either pursue love and connection or avoid fear and rejection. So which one are you going to choose? Because if you're focused on what people might say, you are bringing fear and rejection into the situation, into your beliefs, into the equation before it even happens. You're preemptively bringing fear and rejection into it because it allows you to control the fear and rejection. And then you don't experience the fear and rejection because you don't even do your IPAs. So you're avoiding fear and rejection. And when you avoid this, you don't get this. It's a package deal. Brittany says, oh, dang. You're right, Brittany. Oh, dang. So what I would say to this is, what are you doing? Are you pursuing love and connection, or are you avoiding fear and rejection? And the thing that is going to determine which one of these you're basing your decisions on, the thing that will determine which one of these you base your decisions on is your beliefs and your state. Now, I haven't talked about state, but your state is just how you are feeling. Because if you're feeling on top of the world, you're going to be okay with somebody saying no. But if you're already feeling frustrated, depressed, and down on yourself, then this is going to devastate you. The good news is, guys, you can change your state. You're in control of your thoughts. You're in control of your emotions. You're in control of your state. So how do we do this? How do we do this? Well, this is how. Straight up, I'll tell you what, man. How about this? Let's take temperature again. What value? I'll just ask this. I have created something that allows people to get a foundational, like a foundational hold on all of these things. Are you interested in me telling you about it? Can I tell you about it? Go ahead and say yes in the chat if you're open to me telling you about something that I created for you. Okay, cool. Boom. This is what it is. It is called the Mindset Jumpstart Program. Mindset Jumpstart. I want you guys to jumpstart your mindset. So, creative Mindset Jumpstart. And this is what it is. It's a 4-week, like flash, 1-month course that has videos, it has worksheets, it has live coaching calls. You guys are experiencing what I'm kind of doing right now. This is more of a training thing, but like when I talk to Tammy, when I talk to Heather, and when I talk to somebody else that I talked to, pardon me, there's a lot of people, I forgot your name. I love you though. But when I talk to these people, like I'm doing coaching with you guys. And my guess is you're experiencing value in me coaching other people and processing them about their questions and about their concerns. So what we're doing is I've created, there's 4 weeks, 4 modules. We're going to go through a specific framework. It's a system and a structure for shifting your state, shifting your focus, getting control of your thoughts and your emotions and your actions and your beliefs so that you can achieve the results. It's a specific framework to go through that process. And we're going to get into how to intentionally raise your emotional vibration moment to moment to moment to choose what you're feeling rather than being at the mercy of an external situation, whether or not that's something that your spouse said, whether or not that's something that your team member said, or whether or not one of your level ones quit the business. Like if you're basing your emotions and your state on an external situation, you are not in control. So we're going to go through the framework of doing that, how to intentionally raise your emotional vibration. We're going to go through the number 1 tool for getting control of your life, which is accountability, getting out of victimhood, stopping blaming little things for you not progressing. And then we're going to identify your limiting beliefs, really get clear on identifying what thoughts and feelings and sentences and beliefs are holding you back. Because the truth is, if you are not experiencing a result in your life that you want, it is because of a subconscious emotional block. So we're going to get clear on how to identify these, I don't have the thing anymore, how to pull up the roots of the tree and take a look at what your beliefs are. There's a specific process for that. So would you like to get in touch with what your limiting beliefs are and have a clear process for intentionally shifting them? This is what we're doing here. And so going through the framework, going up the emotional scale to get to joy and passion with every aspect of your life, and having compassion on yourself when you fall down into frustration and anger and blame, because I still do, because I'm a human being, not a robot. And then getting control of or getting in touch with your limiting beliefs. There's videos, there's worksheets, and then every week in May, there's going to be a 2-hour-long coaching call where I will just take questions and with somebody and just go into coaching them. And you can have an opportunity to sign up for, get in line for being intentionally coached by me in those calls. And then you'll have the recording of the call. If you can't make it, then there will be a recording and you can listen to it like a podcast or an audiobook, or you can watch it later, whatever. So there's training videos, worksheets, and coaching. But this is the thing. Those are all deliverables. Bottom line is, I want you to have the belief in yourself that you can intentionally get to stage 3 and stay there. Because it is inevitable for you. Now, go find the steps. I am so excited about this. Now, there are limited spots available. We already have almost half of them filled up because I've been doing coaching calls with other diamonds and other sapphires in the company. But it begins on May 7th, and it is every Tuesday night. I'm going to put this in the chat, and maybe Ryan, you could pin this. I can't pin it, but
we are going to have this posted and blasted all over Team Plexus Provision. That's
okay.
Jessica Heffley's team page. We already have a post ready to go all about this as soon as this call is over. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
all of the information they need to sign up will be in that.
Perfect. Here it is right now in the chat. Now, if all this did for you was allow you to get aware of the things that are holding you back, what would that be worth to you? If all this did was give you a specific set of steps to get your mind out of focusing on the steps in business, in relationships, and in health, if it just gave you a framework so that you didn't feel lost about where to start, what would that be worth to you? What if all this did was allow you to add 10 people to your team, 10 level 1s and 2s? What would that be worth to you? Because the cool thing is, a lot of people can't, honestly, it's not their next step to coach with me, or they can't afford to do one-on-one coaching with me. So I created this so that everybody could have access to these principles and this experience and everything like that. And so I'm throwing this out there, $200 for you, $198 for you to be able to invest in yourself. $200 investment so that you can get control of your mindset. And the goal is to grow your business, because I want you to have peace in your heart and money in your bank in that order. If you do it the other way around, it will not be sustainable and it will not be enjoyable. And I mean that. So I scheduled this call so that you guys could be able to click on that, go ahead and sign up, because enrollment ends on May 6th. You're going to get access to a login page where there's like there's a membership portal with the videos. We're going to release the videos weekly so that you don't get overwhelmed with stuff. But what questions do people have about this? Are there any logistical or mechanical questions about how the program is going to run? Because while we do that, while you're thinking about your thing, I want to tell you this. Right now, you are in one of three categories. You are a yes, in which case I want you to click that link, invest in yourself, prove to yourself that you're willing to do the work. Stephanie, done. I'm in. Love it. You are a yes, like Stephanie, in which case click, sign up, boom, 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 boom. Amber, coaching calls, it's group coaching calls. It's in a group setting. And if you're a yes, go sign up. That's the first category. Okay. The second category is you are a no, in which case do not do it. I don't want people to do things that they are not in alignment with in their life. I don't think that that's valuable. If you are not one of those, then you are in this third category. You are a yes, but. Yes, comma, but, and then for you, it's going to be something different for everybody. I don't have time. I don't have enough money. I don't know if my spouse will be on board with this. I don't know if it's going to be actually valuable. All these different stuff. Okay. If you are a yes, but, think about that for just a second. If you are a yes, but, how else is that affecting other areas of your life? Whatever you put after the but, what other areas of your life is that holding you back from accomplishing the things that you want to do? What other areas are you holding yourself back because you've given yourself that excuse? Because if you're doing it here because you want it, but you're a but, then my challenge to you is prove to yourself and to the universe and to whatever, prove to yourself that you're no longer willing to let that excuse hold you back from accomplishing anything. Now, I want you to have peace in your heart and money in your bank. And if you get that from somewhere else, awesome. So awesome. If you feel your intuition saying, oh man, like I want to do this here, then do it. Either way, you're okay and I'm okay. You don't need to be fixed, but just prove to yourself that you're not going to let that hold you back anymore. Kim, do we have a time for the calls? Yes. Every Tuesday night at, and we get the time zones right. Tuesday night at 6, oh my gosh, I'm getting the time zones. It's either 6 p.m. Mountain, which is 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern, or it's 1 hour earlier. I get messed up on the time zones a little bit, but it's on Tuesday evenings, in the evenings, either at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's every Tuesday in May, beginning with the 7th, then the 15th, then the 21st, then the 28th. Stephanie, welcome to my world. Yeah, so there you go. Blake just signed up. Love it, love it, love it. She's a yes. Unless that's a boy, in which case he's a yes. Pardon me about that.
That's Deb. Deb, you got to change that, girl.
Oh, I know women named Blake, so I just went to that. So, does anybody else have any questions, any logistical or mechanical questions about the program, or is anything about what I've talked about? This is what I want you to do right now. I want you to think of the number one takeaway. I want you to get what, because I've said a lot of things tonight. I talk fast. I want you to take the number one takeaway that you have taken from tonight and put it in the chat. What is your big breakthrough? What is your takeaway? What is your commitment? Like, what is it that you got out of tonight? Because you guys showed up. I love the questions. I love the questions that you asked. I love the energy of the people that I did coach here tonight. What is it that you took away from tonight? Go ahead and type it in the chat. I mean, you can see what other people were taking away from this. Okay, you got them coming in. Confidence, not arrogance. Yes. Blake or Deb, is that, did you say Deb? Deb says, focus on my wins. Kim, focus on the wins. Stephanie, pursue love and connection. Don't avoid fear and rejection. Yes, yes. Oh, dude, I'm going to say this too. The more success you have, the more opportunity for love and connection, and the more possibility of fear and rejection. It's a package deal. So if you're going to, like Tammy, I was talking to you, Tammy, about like growing your team and you feel like anxiety attack, if you're going to like double your team, it's about what are you pursuing? Because if you just get to accept, that growth is going to come with increased possibility of rejection. Because the more people that you talk to, the more people that you have on your team, the more opportunity it is that they have to not agree with you, or to think you're not good enough, or to leave, or whatever. It's okay, because we're going to focus on the people that are staying. Okay, I'll give a very, very concrete example. There's like 15 people that have already left this call. And if I was sitting here focused on like, oh man, I can't believe those people already left. Am I not being like confident enough? Am I not giving enough value? Like all this stuff. But here's the deal, guys. I am focused on the 54 of you who are still here. I'm focused here. And I assume that those other people have kids that they're putting to bed, or they are running out of data on their phone. And so they need to like do what it is, whatever it is. Like, I'm going to focus on the people that are here. Because if you, Tammy, if you're already creating the energy of those people are going to leave, or they're going to reject me, they're not going to think I'm good enough, or I'm going to have anxiety, then you're making decisions based on fear and rejection before it happens. And you're bringing that rejection into your present space and your present state before it even happens. So now the trick is bring the future love and connection and peace into your present state. and it changes your focus, and it changes your beliefs, and it changes your actions, which then change your results. Okay, compassion equals self-love. Yeah, lower the bar for what you're willing to celebrate. Love that. Erica, one thing I took away has been how I need to work on my mindset. Yeah, you do. Do you know why you need to work on your mindset? Because you're alive. I work on my mindset every day. Personal development is like showering. You can't do it once and then you're good. You got to continually do it, because the truth is, weeds don't need cultivating. Who here needs to water their weeds? Nobody. If you're doing a garden, you don't be like, go get weed grower and put the Miracle Grow on your weeds. They don't need it. They're going to grow no matter what. Weeds are like negative thoughts. They're going to creep in no matter what. You get in. That's just the harsh reality of this physical world that we live in. Relax. Focus on pulling the weeds intentionally and not getting frustrated that they keep growing back. Because once you have a garden that's really, really thriving, does it mean that weeds are never going to come back? No, it means that you have the tools to pull them out. That's what personal development is. That's what getting rid of fear and doubt is. Don't think that fear and doubt are ever going to go away. Ryan, do you ever have fear and doubt?
It creeps in sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Because you're not a robot. So,
yep.
The thing. So, do you have a set of tools to
I do.
handle that?
I do.
The goal. That's the goal. It's not to never have fear and doubt. It's to have a set of tools to handle it when it comes up. Love it. Tara, it's okay to be proud of your success. Yeah, not only is it okay, it's the only way, man. Don't diminish your success. Don't diminish it. Holy cow. You can't experience love and connection without the possibility for rejection. Gail, love that. Yeah, it's totally true. Carly, focus on the wins. Don't compare yourself to others. Amber, I'm avoiding because of fear and rejection. Therefore, I'm not pursuing love and connection. Boom. Compassion for yourself. Kendall, signed up. Boom. Glad to have you, Kendall. Vicky, celebrate the wins. Lori. Lori, unmute yourself for a second. I want to talk to you because you are a trooper. You have been, I've just been kind of giving you a hard time a little bit, and you've just been cool about it. So
okay.
Tell me about this. You understand mindset a little bit better. What is your now understanding of what mindset means?
I think it's just, for me personally, it is focusing on having thoughts that are kind and right, and not imagining things. Okay. Like comparing myself to someone else's life. I am imagining what they're like at home. You know, I'm imagining what they're like in their business, and they could just be scraping by.
Yes.
But thinking on things that are right.
Are you open?
Pardon?
Are you open to something?
Sure.
Okay. I want you to shift the way that you think about this, because mindset is not good or bad. Mindset, like attitude. Like, what is an attitude? An attitude is not positivity. An attitude is not negativity. It's whichever one you're at. So a mindset is just simply this: your thoughts and your beliefs. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So just like
okay.
Condense it down. Mindset is just simply the way that I think and believe about myself, about business, about my relationship, about my house, about my town, about my everything. It's just like the way that you think and feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's not good or bad. It's just the mindset is whatever is it working for you or is it not? Is your mindset serving you? Is it negative? Is it positive? Is it not serving you? Like I would just kind of liken it unto attitude in the sense that it's not intrinsically good or bad. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yes, and Laura, you should celebrate you more and your team more because you're awesome and they're awesome. There's no reason to diminish and play small. Everybody hear this. You're playing small does not serve the world.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't serve.
Celebrate everybody else.
Oh yeah, start celebrating yourself. Model it, because it's not arrogant. So this is arrogance. I'm awesomer than you are. I'm awesomer than you are. That's arrogance. But I'm awesome and you're awesome, that's humility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No more excuses, says Darlene. Don't even ask the hubster for permission. I'm doing. He'll thank me later. Yeah. How's your husband going to feel when you show up in power, when you show up in confidence in your business and in your life and in your relationship? Not all the time, just more often. Give yourself grace and compassion, Lynn. Yes. Blake, thank you for tonight. I'm pumped. Thanks, Deb. I believe the lies, Abigail. I believe the lies that I was told growing up. People will only like me until they get to know me. I was told growing up that I cared enough about myself that no one else needed to. I've found that, and that's why I'm afraid of reaching out. I don't want to be misjudged and seen as somebody who is self-centered. Abigail, will you unmute yourself if you, I can see you right there. This is really articulate about self-judgment. So let's take a big breath, okay? Abigail. Tell me a little bit more about this.
Sorry. I done lots of ugly crying today about this, but I last month I had planned on going all in, getting iPads, signing people up, and someone I reached out to just came back and was like, oh, it's just, she didn't have to say too much, but you're in it for the money, basically. And that I was in it for a sale. And I just realized it. I watched your call with Brooke this morning. So that's why I've been weeding through all this already today. But I realized that derailed me. And I've been unable to move, reach out, everything. I feel like my foundation crumbled. And I was like, what on earth is going on? And it was when I was watching your call earlier, I was tracing it back to that. That's where that came from.
Okay. Are you on a laptop or a phone right now?
Laptop.
Is it mobile?
Yes.
Can you pick it up and move to a different room?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to take a big breath in. I want you to pick your computer up and I want you to walk to a different room because there's a lot of heavy energy right now where you're at. So let's just clear it. Move to a different area.
Okay. See if I can find somewhere. I'm at my parents' because I have no Wi-Fi. So.
Bathroom. I don't care. Just not where you were.
Okay.
You see, shoulders back. Smile on your face. What we are talking about, guys, with changing your state.
Wi-Fi though.
Abigail, did you change your environment? Did you change your physiology? How your body was positioned? What's your favorite movie that is like a comedy?
I need that lid for the ice cream.
Oh, I don't know. I can't think of the top of my head.
What's something that you have laughed at recently?
My 20-month-old twins dancing.
Okay, think about that. Why was that funny to you? Why was that funny to you?
They were careless. They didn't have a care in the world, and
did they look silly and confident at the same time?
Yes.
Awesome. Are you thinking about that person right now that said you're only in it for the money?
No.
Exactly. Guys, what if it's that simple, right? Change your environment. Change your thoughts. Change your focus. Now you're thinking about them now because I brought them up, but I wanted to just illustrate the difference there. You have a different energy about you right now. Shoulders back, you're smiling. You're like, oh yeah, this, that, right? I want you to finish this sentence. And everybody finish this sentence. Abigail, from your fear story and from your programming back in the day, finish the sentence. Rich people are
Selfish.
okay. Do you want more money, Abigail?
Yes.
Do you want to be selfish, Abigail?
No.
There is tension here, isn't there, guys? There is tension between these two belief patterns.
Yeah.
Rich people are selfish. I want more money. And your brain goes, doesn't compute. And then you don't act. Because this is the thing. If you truly believe that rich people are selfish, you will crumble when somebody says you're only in it for the money. So the truth is you're in control of your thoughts. You're in control of your emotions. You're in control of your actions. It is not an overnight thing to just change your money mindset, because what if somebody handed you $5 million tomorrow? Would you know what to do with it?
Probably not.
That is one of the reasons you don't have $5 million. Just one of the reasons. You see where we're going with this, right? So if somebody says you're only in this for the money, and you think, well, rich people are selfish. Oh, shoot, that person views me as selfish. I better shut down. Take a big breath. Think of your twins dancing. Go to a different room. And I want you to say, one of the reasons that I'm doing this is to make money. And that's okay. You can make money. Do you know any poor people who are selfish?
Yes.
Do you know any rich people who are kind?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Right.
now we're starting to change the belief. Do you start to see that money doesn't dictate selfishness or kindness?
Yeah.
Not the money. You just, for some reason, when you're a kid, maybe your parents would talk about, oh, that rich douchebag down the road or something like that, or whatever. There was something that happened. I don't know what it is. You do. You decided that rich people were selfish. And then your subconscious, the roots of your tree, they said, Abigail, we don't want you to be selfish, so let's avoid money. Because money is tied to selfishness. And now you self-sabotage. And then you see where we're going right here, right? So you're just uncovering this. It's totally okay. Freaking don't judge yourself on this. Compassion, compassion, compassion. Okay? You are valuable. You deserve money. Are you a kind person or are you a selfish person?
I'm told I'm a kind person.
Okay. Guess what? Money will enhance your kindness. When selfish people get money, they become more selfish. When kind people get more money, they become more kind. So just chill out. There are going to, okay, this person that said that to you about you're only in this for the money, just for a second, how would they finish that sentence? Rich people are. How do you think they might finish it?
I'm not sure.
Late right now.
Yeah.
You can speculate. Tell me what you think they might say.
that I think maybe her mindset was more not as rich people, but more like MLMs or
Okay, so
marketing. So, more of a people who are in that are just in it for the money, or that they prey upon people, in their posts about their health.
do you know people in MLMs who are selfish?
Not personally.
Look at that. Okay. Do they know somebody in an MLM that's selfish?
Probably.
Okay. So do you see how this has nothing to do with you?
Yeah.
So this is the thing, love and connection or fear and rejection. Which one are you basing your decisions on? Your state is going to determine which one you're going to pursue or avoid. So right now, if I asked you right now to follow up, okay, who is somebody that you need to follow up with that you have been avoiding following up with? What's their name?
Ashley.
Ashley. And why have you not followed up with Ashley?
Fear of rejection.
Fear of rejection. In this state, thinking about your twins and they're dancing, shoulders back, smiling, realizing, oh my gosh, I've been making these weird decisions. Compassion, compassion, compassion. Right now, I mean right now, I want you to message Ashley. Right now. I want you to open up another window and I want you to message Ashley right now while we
Okay. Let me see if I can figure that out.
You can just open up a browser window, don't minimize, but just like don't make it full screen, the Zoom call. And I want you to compose a message to Ashley. Just first thing that comes to mind. You know what you need to say. And while you do this, I'm going to answer a couple other questions, then I'm going to come back to you.
Okay.
Okay, Caroline, I love the yes, no, or yes, but. That reason is holding you back in other aspects of your life too. This speaks to me because my reasons not to are things like, is this cost prohibitive? Am I going to stick with it? I don't believe in my ability to accomplish, even though I've accomplished so much. So here's the thing, Caroline. I want you to hold on. Ryan, can you mute Abigail? Or Abigail, can you mute? Okay, perfect. Oh, it's somebody else. Somebody else is unmuted. Whatevs. I want you to take, Caroline, I want you to take that awareness, take a breath, and then do something with it. Because sometimes, and I'm not saying that you are doing this, I'm just like, I want you to avoid this. Sometimes we use awareness, a sense of awareness, as another excuse or as another reason to avoid. Because you're saying, oh, is this cost prohibitive? Am I going to stick with it? All that stuff. Just be aware that now you got half of it. Now say, oh, what would happen if it oh, how about this? I'll just say this. You are using, if you continue to use that as an excuse, you are using a false sense of self-awareness as a way to justify, as a way to continue to avoid. And so, take a breath, move forward. Change your state, shoulders back, eyes up, think of something funny, do a dance. Before this call, I wasn't feeling it. I was tired. I was having some emotional stuff that I was like, oh man, like hitting some upper limit stuff with myself. And so I called my wife and she was so kind. She brought me a grilled chicken salad. She's best. She's the best. She brought me a grilled chicken salad and Dr. Pepper. And then I got up and I walked around the halls. And then I laid down on the floor. And I just laid down for 3 minutes and didn't think about anything or do anything. And I managed my energy and I protected my energy because I knew that I had to show up for you guys. I knew that I had to show up for you guys. And so I intentionally shifted my state, intentionally shifted my energy, and came on this call. And now I'm talking really, really fast. So this is something. We'll go, Darlene. Oh, Brandy says, we go to the office job for the money. So why would it be wrong to run my own business, Ronnie? Yeah. Like, let go of your drama about money, guys. Dude, we have attached so much drama to money. It's just an energy. It really is just an energy. The thing that F's it up is that we can touch it. We can hold it in our hands. You can't hold love in your hands. Like, you can't hold it. But you can go to the ATM and withdraw a piece of paper that represents the energy of money. So it messes with our brains. Lori, it's a Dr. Pepper talking. No, I'll be honest with you. When I get into coaching, this is me. This is me, man. I get lit up by this stuff. I love, love, love it. Abigail, are you complete with composing your message? Almost. Okay.
Finish the sentence. Dr. Pepper, that stuff's like swamp water.
Oh, it's like swamp water. I
You don't know what swamp water is, do you?
I know what those two words are, but I don't know what you're saying.
The
Swamp
point
water.
is that we're plexus ambassadors.
Oh, I should have said, I mixed up some pink drink, and then I took it, and then boom, and then okay, so that.
Swamp water's bad for you. Swamp water's yucky.
Guys, I am not arguing with that. Dr. Pepper is not really that great for you. Don't pretend that you guys don't occasionally drink it. So, okay, so let's anyway, let's go to Abigail. Where did you move to? Okay, let's unmute you, Abigail. We're going to finish with this. Unless anybody has any other questions. If anybody has any specific questions, put them in the chat and I'll get to them. Abigail, what are...
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, I've been avoiding reaching out to you about this because I really wasn't sure what you might think of it, but you are still heavy on my heart regarding plexus. I've been so blessed by this opportunity to connect with others and share these products that have been life-changing for me. Would you be up to a call this weekend?
How do you feel about that?
Pretty good.
Is there any resistance to sending that?
Not really, no.
Okay. Is there a chance that she might say, no, thank you?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that she will say, yeah, let's hear more about it?
Yeah.
Which one are you going to pursue? Or which one are you going to avoid?
What was it again? Life and...
Love or
Love.
rejection? Love and
Oh.
connection, fear and rejection. Okay?
Love. Yeah, love and connection.
Love and connection. Okay. Okay, if she says no, what does it mean about you?
Nothing.
If she says yes, what does it mean about you?
Nothing. Just means that...
Exactly. Boom. Your value is set. Your worth is unique. It has nothing to do with you. You're offering her the opportunity. Is the opportunity valuable?
Yes.
If you offer somebody $100 and they say no, thank you, what does that mean about you?
Nothing.
It's just that they don't see the value in it. And that's totally fine. Totally fine. So if you approached all of your follow-ups with this energy, what would shift?
Everything.
Boom. Are you guys seeing this? Mindset before strategy. Because I can tell you to follow up with somebody.
Right.
You all know that. I don't need to tell you that. Abigail, hit the send button. Hit it.
I did it.
Boom. Cool. Now take a breath and go. Did you take a video of your twins dancing?
Yes.
Go watch that video. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I just want to say I'm so grateful for you and your energy and the things that you are getting in touch with, because it's really, really cool to see you approaching these things from a different perspective. I want to say thank you to Ryan. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Ryan.
Done.
Thank you for hosting this and for telling, just for hosting it and for being cool. I want to thank you for being a person who does the work. You do the internal work, and it is clear. And what are your results? Because we started coaching several months ago. What results have you experienced in your life?
Well, every area has improved in my life for sure. I'm gonna go diamond this month, so that's gonna be huge. But yeah, it's just been life changing. And I do want to say this really quick, guys. The neat thing about this course with Preston is everything that you learn and all the tools that you learn. There is not a rule that Preston makes that you cannot teach other people.
Yeah.
The ripple effect of this is huge. It will impact your marriage. It will impact how you parent. It will impact your team. Everything you learn is duplicatable, because when you do it, the ripple effect is massive. You will be adding value. The more value you add to people, the larger your paycheck. I mean, please go click on that link and register tonight. It is going to fill up. So
Yeah,
go do it tonight real quick.
Thank you for saying that. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, don't show my videos to people. Don't show my worksheets to people, but take the principles and teach them to your team. Model them for your children. Implement them in your marriage. And tell everybody about it. One of the things is really cool. Stephen Covey, if you guys don't know who he is, he wrote my favorite book. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If you haven't read 7 Habits, go buy it tonight. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People changed my life. He says, when you listen to this audiobook or when you read this audiobook, he says, implement the principles, and then within 2 weeks, I want you to teach somebody else the principle. Literally walk up to them and say, hey, can I share something with you that I've learned? And then you teach the principle. And what that does is it gives you an opportunity to articulate it. It gives you an opportunity to say it out of your mouth in your own words, and you get to really understand that you do know it. Okay? So yes, do these things and then teach them to other people. Okay, you guys are awesome. So excited. Those of you that have enrolled already, super stoked to see you in the group. Those of you that are about to, super stoked to see you in the group. I just want to tell you, basically, I love you. Please have a beautiful, beautiful night. Take it to the next level. See you guys. Bye.
Thanks, Preston.
Thank you.